So Windows Central posts this article 2 days ago, and they make a really good point and a really good compelling case. It says the Google Pixel Fold has ruined my love for the Surface Duo and is all Microsoft's fault. And I'll be honest with you, I disagree with it ruining my love for the Surface Duo 1 or 2, just because, again, those devices are very unique and there's no other phone out there on the market that is quite like the Surface Duo 1 or 2. When it folds 360 degrees, goes back to 180, then closes. There's nothing on the market like that, and I don't think there ever will be at this point. What it did kill my love for was the idea of a Surface Duo 3. Now, I've already said in this channel, I video, if you look even through my thumbnails, you can see I said the Surface Duo 3 is most likely going to get canceled. And the reason why it's going to get canceled is because of this right here. There is no way Microsoft, in any way possible, is going to be able to outdo the Google Pixel Fold. It's just not going to happen. And because the Google Pixel Fold is so widely available, I mean, to a point that anyone right now can pre-order it, no matter what country you live in, no matter where you live. I mean, when this was first talked about, it was said that it was going to be released in China. Now it's international. And because the Google Pixel Fold is pretty much almost a carbon copy of what Microsoft's going to be coming out with the Surface Duo 3, it's over. Like, that's all she wrote. Microsoft has nothing to stand on anymore. Google has already said they're coming out with 4 years worth of updates to the Pixel Fold. Microsoft could not even last a year and a half, 2 years of updates for the Surface Duo 2 before just canning it completely and moving on with their lives. And not only that, it's going to be a first-gen product, Surface Duo 3, right? Same thing with this one, except this one Google has a better track record. Also, we learned recently Microsoft does not have the ins to the whole, Google AI system. The Google firmware system. That's why, for example, Samsung has betas. They have Android 12L beta, Android 13 beta, Android 14 beta. They have all these betas because they're connected with Google and they have access to the firmware early and they can test it early. Microsoft does not. Microsoft has no connection with Google, so when they release their phone on a certain software, they have to wait until it's officially released by Google, and then they can start working on it. They can't work on the Surface Duo 3 on Android 14 right now. They cannot until Android 14 is publicly released. Then they can start working on it. So it's just there's zero chance. And I said before in my video before about how it's probably going to get canceled. And after seeing how successful this looks, the Google Pixel Fold, the reviewers are loving it. Great reviews are coming out about this device. There's so much love behind it. This is it. Like, it's amazing because we finally have something good to talk about. I talked about for so long all these phones are coming out in the industry, and don't get me wrong, I love to see more phones in the affordable phone industry, but the problem is a lot of them are crap. A lot of them are just, copy and paste of other phones, and they're like cheap knockoffs. We finally have a polished product. Now, the biggest issue, and I saw you guys comment down below on the Google Pixel Fold, and yes, one of the biggest issues I'm just going to talk about right here is the fact it's running the Tensor G2 chip. And while the Tensor G3 chip comes out in October, they could have launched this phone with the Tensor G3 chip. It would have made headlines that they were going to release this phone with the most powerful chip they have to offer. But I think the reason why they did not do that was because maybe, it's very possible, they could not get it perfectly working with the Tensor G3 chip. Because the G3 chip, while they have had a year to work on it, it might not be 1000% ready to go. So they might have said, hey, if we release it with a G3 chip, we're going to have an issue like Microsoft had with releasing their Surface Duo 1 and 2. So let's not push that and let's just do the G2 chip. G3 chip would have been very, very nice. Other than that, there's not many problems about this phone. And I'm going to tell you right now, you know, we might see for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years a true competition between between Google and Samsung for, the foldable phone industry, which is absolutely awesome. But Windows Central does go in this article and talk about, sadly, Microsoft opted out to skip releasing a new Surface Duo at the end of 2022, and now the company is rumored to be pivoting away from the dual screen form factor, adding a further delay to when we will see the next Surface Duo phone from Microsoft. If Microsoft truly cared about making a name for itself in phones, it wouldn't be fumbling this execution so poorly. And I do agree with that. Again, like I said, it's like Microsoft does not care. They really don't. They have not cared for the longest time. Once Surface Duo 1 went downhill, they stopped caring completely. There wasn't even going to be a Surface Duo 2. And then there was a lot of buzz and attention once they fixed the problem, Surface Duo 1. So they cash grabbed the Duo 2. And then, bam, after that was a failure, they walked away and they never looked back. And it is what it is, right? And as they say right here in the article, why would anyone pick up a Surface Duo 3 if we can't guarantee it will be updated on a timely schedule? That's another thing. I said this many times, and I know you might look at this and not think of it as a big deal, but it really is. The Surface Duo 1 and 2 Duo 1 lasted 3 years of updates. Duo 2 lasted 2 years. That is pitiful. When you have Google and Samsung coming out and saying, we're going to give you 4 years of updates, Samsung has proven that. Samsung is still updating the Galaxy Z Fold 2 with Android 13. That is amazing that they're honoring that still. What happens when a Duo 3 comes out? It's a first-gen product, so it's going to, not flop, but it's going to start off slow. Microsoft's going to say, oh, wait, it didn't work out. Let's clean our hands and move on. They laid off half the division of the Surface Duo division. They clearly do not care. So it's just amazing how much they're fumbling the execution. It's amazing how they really just... It's almost like, again, it's like a cash grab. It's like a cash grab scam to them, and then it's like, oh well, didn't work. Whatever, move on. And this is sad. And this is what the sad part is. This part right here in the article. Now I'm not actually against Microsoft moving away from dual screens, like some diehard Surface Duo users might be, because dual screen experience can, for the most part, be emulated across a single foldable screen. That part before the very end there, where he says die-hard Surface Duo users, and myself included, I love the Surface Duo 1 and 2. And if they would have continued the Surface 2 and really gave us updates and really showed us they cared about the device, I would have no issue at all rooting on and being absolutely optimistic about the Duo 3. But again, you're going to have to give me something, because you can't give me bullcrap and expect me to believe in bullcrap. So it sucks. It really does. But, if the Google Pixel Fold was a failure, then there would still be a chance for the Duo 3. But with the Pixel Fold most likely, and right now in the correct direction to become very successful, it might be all she wrote for the Duo lineup. See you guys in the next one.